The unseen crown. In the great marble halls of Olympus, amid thunder and gold, Hera sat upon her throne of ivory and peacock feathers, her gaze steady as stormless skies. Queen of the gods, wife to Zeus, god of marriage, of vows of women. Hers was a power that few mortals sang of, but all felt. They spoke often of Zeus's thunderbolts and Poseidon's tempests, but they had forgot the hand that held Olympus together, Hera. Hera did not argue this. Hera did not rage, as the poets claimed. Not always. She watched, she waited, and when she moved, the world did not tremble, it obeyed. One day, a young goddess came to her, Hebe, her daughter, cupbearer of the gods, timid in her footsteps. "Mother," she said, "why do they fear you?" Hera did not look away from the heavens as she watched, where the sun dipped towards horizon, "because they do not understand me. Should they not worship you as they do the others?" Hera gave a rare smile, thin, sharp as the crown's edge. "They worship war because it shouts. They worship thunder because it breaks the sky. But marriage is quiet. It is the vow you speak in darkness, the promise you keep when no one is watching." Hebe frowned. "But they say you are jealous, cruel. And yet," Hera said, rising, They return to their homes, to their wives, to their children. They speak vows in my name at every wedding, even as they slander it in songs. That is the weight of being queen, wearing a crown they pretend not to see." She walked into the garden of Hesperides, where golden apples hung heavy with secrets among the leaves. A mortal woman waited, silent, afraid. Hera approached her gently. "You are with child." The woman nodded. "He abandoned us, a god." Of course he had. Hera knew the story before it was spoken. She reached out, placed a hand over the woman's heart. "Then he is no god worth naming." The woman blinked. "But aren't you angry?" Hera's eyes flashed, lightless and deep. "Do not mistake justice for anger. I do not punish women. I protect them." That night, a temple rose in a forgotten valley, built not by decree, but by women who had heard. No lightning struck, no monsters howled, only the steady work of hands and hearts. Hera walked into the temple openly, but each time a vow was spoken, a home defended, or a woman stood her ground, she was there, not with wrath, with a crown. Long ago, when the world was younger, and the gods still walked among mortals, the goddess Demeter roamed the golden fields of earth, where her feet touched soil. Wheat grew, tall grass, and sweet orchids bowed with fruit, and the air smelled ripe of life. Demeter was loved by mortals, not for war, like Ares, or wisdom, like Athena, but for bread, for olive oil, for survival. She was the earth's gentle pulse. When she smiled, the world was fed. One autumn, as the harvest season reared his end, Demeter walked among the villages of Thessaly in the guise of an old woman. It was her custom sometimes to walk unknown amongst mortals, to see their hearts unguarded. She came upon a boy kneeling alone in a fallow field, digging with his bare hands. The soil was dry, cracked with drought. No crops had grown that year. "What do you search for, child?" Demeter asked. "My mother's seeds," he replied. "She died in the spring, but she told me that if I planted these, we would have food in the winter. I can't find them. I think the wind took them." Demeter knelt beside him. "And what will you eat?" He looked at her, hollow-eyed but uncrying. "Nothing, I suppose." But she believed. The goddess was quiet for a time. Then, without word, she reached into the earth from beneath her fingertips. The soil turned black and rich. A single green sprout pushed upward, then another. Grain unfolded in a wave across the field, gold upon gold. The boy gasped. Who are you?" Demeter smiled. "Just an old woman who remembers how to plant things." She rose and walked away, her form straightening, her hair brightening to burnished gold as she went. The villagers watched in awe as the field came to life. When they looked back, the boy stood alone, but the earth was singing. From that day, the village knew no hunger. Each year, on the final day of harvest, they left a loaf of warm bread and a handful of wildflowers at the edge of the field. That they said it was for the old woman of the grain, but Demeter knew. She visited quietly when no one watched, not for worship, not for thanks, but to remember the boy who believed in a mother's promise and to honor the quiet magic of a seed.